Prime Minister Narendra Modi kickstarts the Rajasthan campaign, launches the BJP's month-long campaign to celebrate 9 years of the Modi government from Ajmer. The Prime Minister hits out at the Congress party over corruption and taunts the party, saying that their Chief Minister Gehlot and MLAs fight among themselves. On the same day when the Prime Minister was in Rajasthan ahead of the elections in the state, the Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot announces a big relief. Ashok Gehlot announces free 100 units of power every month. Good news for the economy. Financial year 2023 real GDP growth rate beats estimates at 7.2% compared to the government's earlier estimate of 7%. The financial year 23 GDP growth rate slows from 9.1% in the last year, but Q4 GDP growth rate too beats estimates at 6.1%. Home Minister Amit Shah visits two violence-hit districts in Manipur, meets with the community leaders there. The Chief Minister N. Biren Singh appeals to people to not defy the curfew as deep fear and distrust remains. In the United States, Rahul Gandhi hits out at the BJP government, says things like the parliament inauguration are distractions as the BJP can't discuss real issues such as price rise and unemployment. The government quick to hit back, says Rahul Gandhi tries to insult the Prime Minister but ends up defaming the country. Breaking the government's silence on wrestler, Sports Minister Anurag Thakur says they should wait for the probe to end and not take any action that hurts the sport. While the International Olympic Organization also condemns the police action against the wrestlers, Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee marches in support of the protesting wrestlers. And the national capital registers its best air quality in 7 years in the January to May period of 2023. Delhi's air quality index in the January to May period this year lowest compared to the same period in the last 7 years. Hello and welcome to NDTV 24/7. I'm Priyanshi Sharma and our lead story, the campaign for Rajasthan that has started by both Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and now on the same day when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was there in Rajasthan hitting out at the Congress party, the Chief Minister Gehlot has announced a major relief in electricity bills to all consumers in Rajasthan. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was there in Rajasthan kick-starting the BJP's campaign there. And on the same day, Ashok Gehlot has come back with a relief for the people there, and he's announced 100 units of free power every month. My colleague Harsha Kumari Singh joining us for more details on this. And Harsha, on the same day as the Prime Minister was there, Ashok Gehlot has made this big announcement, and this so-called freebie has been announced. And these sort of announcements seem to have worked for the Congress party in Karnataka, and that's the same strategy that the Congress seems to be taking in Rajasthan now.
Well, yes, absolutely. You know, when the Prime Minister was here in Ajmer earlier this evening, and we were all wondering why the Chief Minister was actually not reacting, because he's very quick to tweet back. But if you look at his strategy, he deliberately kept quiet. He didn't get into any kind of a political mudslinging with the BJP on any issue at all, in spite of those allegations that were made about corruption and about it being an unstable government. Now, what he has come back with, it's perfectly timed. He's obviously timed it to sort of make this announcement on the day that the PM launches 9 days of the Modi government, and all but sets the tone for the BJP's campaign in Rajasthan. Ashok Gehlot has announced free electricity. Now, if you look at this kind of a stop that he's announced, it's something that actually affects each and every consumer. And there was a fuel surcharge. So in his tweet, he said that there was this fuel surcharge that people had given him feedback about. So first 100 units absolutely free, even for the so-called the people who use more electricity, who have ACs and all. Even their first 100 units will be free, irrespective of what your bill is. For people who use about 200 units, no surcharges whatsoever. So this is going to be a major relief. And the interesting thing with a sort of an announcement like this is it really reaches each and every household in Rajasthan. So very, very cleverly timed, politically very well timed. And of course, like you said, after Karnataka, the Congress's strategy and the Congress's hopes are definitely buoyed by what had happened in Karnataka. And if you notice that Prime Minister Narendra Modi also talked about the guarantees. And he said, don't give in to the guarantees, don't get carried away by the guarantees of the Congress, because this will lead the country to Diwaliyapan, or it will lead to bankruptcy. So I think it may not be sound economics, but it definitely for now is good politics.
Right, definitely perfectly timed, as you mentioned, Harsha. Thanks very much for joining us. So the Rajasthan Chief Minister announcing 100 units of free power every month on the same day as Prime Minister Narendra Modi was there campaigning and hitting out at the Congress government over allegations of corruption. And perfectly timed as it is, the Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot has now announced this major relief for the people in Rajasthan, 100 units of free power every month. And as Harsha was also mentioning that the Congress party had announced several freebies in Karnataka as well, and that seemed to have worked for the party, and that led to the party's thumping victory. Ashok Gehlot has also now spoken on this. Let's listen in.
पिछले बजट में मैंने घोषणा की थी 50 यूनिट जो निःशुल्क दी जा रही है उसको 100 यूनिट किया जाएगा। उसके अनुसार 1 मई से ये घोषणा प्रारंभ हुई और पहला बिल आएगा अभी 1 से 15 जून के बीच में। उसमें 100 यूनिट तक तमाम प्रदेशवासियों को, चाहे वो कितनी बिजली कंज्यूम करे, तब भी फ्री दी जाएगी। उसके अलावा इंसेंटिव दिया जा रहा है 200 यूनिट तक जो पाबंद रखेंगे अपने आप को, उनको 100 यूनिट तो फ्री होगी। उसके अलावा 100 से 200 यूनिट तक जो है उनका भी जो फिक्स चार्ज है, अन्य चार्जेज है, वो चार्ज नहीं ले जाएंगे। इस प्रकार उनको भी बहुत बड़ी राहत मिलेगी और अब वो भविष्य के अंदर 100 यूनिट पूरी तरह फ्री, 200 यूनिट अगर बिजली का कंज्यूम करते हैं उनके लिए भी बहुत बड़ी राहत होगी। उनको अब कोई फिक्स चार्ज नहीं लेना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि फिक्स चार्ज से बहुत भारी दबाव पड़ता है परिवार पर। और ये फीडबैक मुझे महंगाई राहत शिविरों में मिला और जो लोग मिलना है मुझसे, उनको चिंता ये थी कि ये फिक्स चार्ज के माध्यम से जो 200 यूनिट तक भी बिजली उपभोग करते हैं उनको भी तकलीफ आएगी। अब मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि जो परिवार लगभग 1 करोड़ 10 लाख परिवार है, उससे अधिक परिवारों को इस फैसले से राहत मिलेगी। धन्यवाद।
This big announcement comes on the same day when the Prime Minister had hit out at the Congress party in Rajasthan over allegations of corruption, and he had also said that the Chief Minister and the MLAs are fighting among themselves. Take a look.
Battleground Rajasthan, from the geographical heart of the state Ajmer, the BJP's Maha Jan Sampark Abhiyan, but the special focus, clearly Rajasthan, and the party is going to use the infighting in the Congress here to its advantage.
यहाँ 5 साल से विधायक, मंत्री, मुख्यमंत्री आपस में लड़ने में ही बिजी है।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who visited the Brahma temple in Pushkar before addressing the rally in Ajmer, talked about the Congress's history of corruption.
साथियों, और जब लूट की बात होती है ना, तो कांग्रेस किसी में भेदभाव नहीं करती, सबको समान भाव से लूटती है।
Setting the tone for the BJP's election pitch, the PM also warned people against the Congress's guarantees, saying this would make the country bankrupt.
कांग्रेस ने एक और नया फॉर्मूला खोज लिया है। ये फॉर्मूला है झूठी गारंटियों का।
The Congress's election campaign in Rajasthan, led by Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot, has focused on social welfare schemes to bring the party back to power. From free electricity to rations and gas cylinder at 500 rupees, the Congress has given social welfare guarantees in both Karnataka and poll-bound Rajasthan. Clearly, the BJP has to offset this narrative. But playing spoiler for the Congress, Sachin Pilot, who despite the photo op after meetings with the Congress High Command, once again raised the pitch against his own government.
नौजवानों के साथ अगर कहीं गलत होता है या कहीं उनके साथ नाइंसाफ़ी होती है तो मैं समझता हूँ पार्टी हमेशा उसके खिलाफ रही है। भाजपा के शासन में वसुंधरा जी के कार्यकाल में जो करप्शन के मामले उठे थे, जो खुद अशोक गहलोत साहब ने, मैंने, तमाम कांग्रेस नेताओं ने अपने मुंह से कई बार हम लोगों ने इन बातों को रखा था और ये बात पब्लिक डोमेन में है, तो उन पर एक प्रभावी जांच होनी चाहिए।
The BJP is definitely going to go all guns blazing into this assembly election, using the Congress's infighting in Rajasthan to political advantage. But will the BJP also tweak its own election strategy, which didn't quite gel after Karnataka? Will they project the local leadership differently is the larger political question. In Jaipur, Harsha Kumari Singh, NDTV.
Now let's focus on violence-hit Manipur. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has had several crucial meetings in Manipur to bring an end to the violence in the state that has been going on for the last 1 month. The Home Minister is there till the 1st of June and his visit gives hope to the people who have been displaced or who have lost their loved ones. My colleague Saurabh Gupta reports from violence-hit areas in the northeastern state.
Living on the edge, constantly watching out for gunfire. Amidst ethnic violence in Manipur, no community feels safe as their homes have been destroyed and lives have been lost. Each group has its own concerns. Meiteis living in relief camps in Imphal Valley's troubled-hit Sekmai say that they fear returning home.
Without security, we can't return again to our place. We love the place. That is our birthplace. We love our home, our place. But in this condition, we are not willing to return home. So if there is security, proper security, then yes, we also love our place. But nobody want to go back now.
At the hill district of Kangpokpi, people are looking to the union government for solutions. Union Home Minister Amit Shah's visit has been welcomed everywhere, as the union government is seen as a neutral arbiter.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah arriving in this place, which is of course another place which is sensitive in terms of the ethnic violence in Manipur. This is Kangpokpi, again a place where the Union Home Minister has just landed in this helicopter and he will hold meetings here. He's already visited More and now of course he's come to Kangpokpi.
On Wednesday, Amit Shah visited Kangpokpi and More, where security forces have had to evacuate people. Amit Shah has held at least a dozen meetings with different communities in Manipur. People are banking on him.
And in my lifetime, I have not experienced a violence or conflict of this magnitude. And this violence, which we experience now, it is the worst thing that you can imagine. And our Honorable Home Minister, he is visiting our town today, and I hope that he will bring and he will have the political willingness to bring a permanent and peaceful solution for both the community.
With the Home Minister's visit, we are banking on him to bring about a solution for everyone here. So, yeah, the future is so bleak for us.
For years in Manipur, politics has been practiced on the divide between the hills and the valley. And unfortunately, this round of ethnic violence in the state has also happened along the same fault line. The Union Home Minister's visit to Manipur is aimed at finding a lasting peaceful solution that will ensure that communities that have grown apart from each other in the last few days can peacefully coexist, whether it is the valley or the hills. In Kangpokpi, Manipur, with camera person Sanjay Chakraborty, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
And now moving on, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi is in the United States on a 3-city tour, and he's again stirred some controversy while being there. He spoke at the Mohammed Ki Dukaan event in San Francisco, where he's hit out at the government. And he said that the real issues troubling the country, such as price rise and unemployment, are being ignored, but the BJP is busy with distractions, such as inaugurating the new parliament. The central government was quick to hit back. Union Minister Anurag Thakur said that Rahul Gandhi tries to insult the Prime Minister, but he actually ends up defaming India. Listen in.
The real issues in India are unemployment, price rise, spread of anger and hatred, a crumbling education system, price of education, price of healthcare. These are the real issues. BJP can't really discuss them, so then they have to do the whole scepter thing.
राहुल गांधी जी की हर विदेश यात्रा भारत का अपमान करने में कहीं पीछे नहीं रहती, और इस बार की प्रायोजित ये विदेश यात्रा भी उसी दिशा में है जहां वो अपमान तो प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन अंत में देश का अपमान करने से नहीं हटते। पूर्व में भी आप देखें, वो भारत को एक राष्ट्र ही नहीं मानते, वो तो राज्यों का संघ कहते हैं, और भारत के बढ़ते कदमों पर भी प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा करते हैं।
And moving on, we have good news for the Indian economy on several fronts. First of all, the GDP figures are out for financial year 2023 and the quarter 4 of financial year 2023, and they have exceeded expectations. According to the provisional estimates released by the government, in financial year 2023, the GDP grew by 7.2%. The real GDP growth was higher than the 7% forecast that the government had made earlier. This maintains India's status as the fastest growing major economy globally. But the growth rate is lower than 9.1% growth rate of the real GDP that was recorded in the last financial year, in financial year 2022. The quarterly GDP results are also out, and they're positive too. The GDP grew by 6.1% in the January to March quarter, which is higher than the Reserve Bank of India's 5.9% estimate. The quarterly real GDP growth rate has gone up after falling for 2 consecutive quarters. For 2 quarters, the GDP growth rate was falling, but now it has risen compared to the last quarter. Now, how big is our economy now in value terms? Our nominal GDP's value is now at 272 lakh crore rupees in financial year 2023, while in 2019, in the pre-pandemic year, it was at 189 lakh crore. So in 4 years, it has risen by around 44%. But it is important to note that nominal GDP also rises with a rise in prices, and inflation was fairly high last year, above 6%. But per capita GDP has not grown as much. The per capita GDP has only gone up by around 10% compared to 2019, the pre-pandemic year. In 2023, the per capita GDP of our country is 1,15,746 rupees annually, while in 2019 it was around 1,05,000 rupees. So while the pie is getting bigger, the piece that each Indian gets out of that pie is still significantly low. But real GDP, that growth figure shows us the actual increase in our production, excluding the price rise. And that has primarily happened because of a growth in agriculture, manufacturing, construction and travel sectors as well. The manufacturing sector is still, though, struggling at 1.3% versus a 11% growth last year. Prime Minister Modi also tweeted saying that these GDP growth figures underscore the resilience of the Indian economy amidst global challenges, and it exemplifies the promising trajectory of our economy. Another good news was the central government meeting its fiscal deficit target of 6.4% of the GDP. With that, time for a short break. We'll get you more news on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Breaking the centre's silence over the wrestlers' protest, Union Sports Minister Anurag Thakur has accused the protesting wrestlers of changing goalposts. He also reiterated that they should not take any step that hurts the sport or other athletes. This after the Union World Wrestling, now the International Olympic Committee, has also condemned the way India's top wrestlers are being treated during their ongoing protest. Meanwhile, West Bengal's Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has also joined the wrestlers' protest demanding an arrest of the BJP MP Brij Bhushan Sharan over sexual harassment allegations.
कुछ खिलाड़ियों की मांग जो रेसलिंग के क्षेत्र में है, उन्होंने जब कहा कि उनके साथ गलत व्यवहार हुआ तो कमेटी का गठन किया गया, उनसे चर्चा करके किया गया। रात के 2 बजे इसकी घोषणा हुई, कमेटी के मेंबर्स बनाए गए, उन्होंने एडिशन करने के वो भी किया गया। कमेटी ने अपनी रिपोर्ट दी, निष्पक्ष जांच की, उसके बाद दिल्ली पुलिस ने एफआईआर दर्ज की, सुप्रीम कोर्ट तक गए तो वो भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने केस सुन के फिर मैजिस्ट्रेट तक जाने के लिए कहा। जो जो कहा हर गोल पोस्ट अगली बार अगला गोल पोस्ट होता चला गया, हमने कहीं पे कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ी।
We want justice for the wrestlers. We are proud of them. We are proud of them. हम wrestlers के लिए हम जो आज रैली किया है, कल भी हमारा चलेगा।
नारा था इनका बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ, अब वो नारा खोखला सुनाई दे रहा है। देश के दिल में बहुत दर्द है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपील तक करना ठीक नहीं समझा। ये कह सकते थे कि निष्पक्ष जांच होगी और न्याय मिलेगा। आप मेडल्स को यूं गंगा में बहाने के बारे में मत सोचिए, आप भी देश की बेटी हो, मगर इतने भी शब्द प्रधानमंत्री जी, खेल मंत्री जी या बीजेपी के किसी प्रवक्ता के मुंह से भी नहीं आए। ये अहंकार है, ये अहंकार की परिभाषा है।
And good news for Delhi now. The air quality index in the national capital this year has been the best in the last 7 years. During this period of January to May, the air quality index in 2023 has been the lowest compared to the corresponding period in the last 7 years. 2023 has seen the lowest levels of daily average PM 2.5 pollutants and also the lowest levels of daily average PM 10 levels in the last 7 years, according to data shared by the government. Now, Delhi also witnessed the highest number of good to moderate air quality days during the current year. This year, Delhi has witnessed 74 good to moderate air quality days according to the government, and this air quality is the best that Delhi has witnessed in the last 7 years. And finally, some of our cutest servicemen are retiring. CISF's 3 sniper dogs, Rocky, Romeo and Sony of the DMRC unit, have retired after completing more than 8 years of service. These canines were facilitated for their selfless duty. Sony, the German Shepherd dog, could not take part in the ceremony due to ill health. These retired dogs will now be handed over to Friendicos Delhi to be put up for adoption. So dog lovers, you can now make these adorable warriors a part of your family. We leave you with that. Thanks very much for watching. Stay tuned to NDTV 24/7 for all your latest news.